Hello, fellow geeks and citizens. I am Geekier Gamer, and thank you for joining me as I seek to build efficient machines and leverage my tech know-how. Welcome back to Techopolis 3. All right, so I have a bit of confession to make. Episode 1, I think, went really well, and I said I would do a lot between that episode and this one, and I actually recorded 2 other episodes without audio. Yes, without audio. That tells you how much of a new person I am to this Minecraft video thing. So let me quickly kind of recap where we are, and then we'll get busy again. So last we left off, I had done furnace arrays in hot stone. Going back to hot stone, we got into smooth stone and gears and cloches and water and strainers and blast brick furnaces and glass. And that's mostly what's happened over here. So we got the blast brick furnaces. Lets us go straight from cobble to smooth stone. We got the strainers. I even had a little tip on the video where you can waterlog leaves so that you don't have to put strainer glass there. And I didn't even have strainer glass available to me because that was at the end of that chapter, not when I put the strainer together. And if you feed from, I think it's the top, yes. If you feed a wooden, it's not loading. See, this is what I'm learning. I thought that would load into the strainer. It did not. So I'll have to figure out how to auto load that into the strainer. That was something I struggled with and apparently still struggle with. Throwing dirt through the strainers gives you some things that we're used to getting, including clay, which was what we needed to continue down the hot stone rack, which got us into the blast brick. And then the cloches. Cloches let you, basically little terrariums that let you grow stuff. So like this first one here, I'm actually got this set up to only do leaves. So we have these speed upgrades. We have the shears upgrade, which does only leaves. And so now I've got a chest producing only leaves. Remembering that leaves are still our only way of crafting dirt. For this one, it's just doing a tree. And so I got all the things you can possibly get from a tree. This is where I'm getting my apples and my sticks. I really don't need some of this, but I put it there just in case. This is canola. We needed canola to make some of the upgrades in this. Let me see, in the melting. I'm sorry. Where are they? Oh, here, we needed canola here to craft these upgrades. So here's our canola. This is industrial hemp, which we will need here shortly. This is just logs. So if you put in the upgrade, no other drops, and some speed upgrades, you can get just wood out of this. And then at the very end of this quest line, there's this facade, which you can use to cover up the pipes. And I had to buy the dandelion from the catalog with my tech bucks because the biome we're defaultly in does not grow dandelions when I use bone meal on grass. So I went ahead and set something up for both of these so that I can create facades as we go. So that was the hot stone chapter. Then we started into melting, and melting is where we need to make grout. Grout lets us make black brick, which lets us make black bricks, which lets us make this kind of mini Tinker's construct setup, and I'll show you what I did there. So the center is the controller. This is the solidifier. This is the liquid that is able to heat it. In this pack, we start with hot water, and you do hot water by simply taking buckets, filling them with water, and throwing them in your blast brick furnace, and they will cook, and then they will give us some hot water. And that's really the only way we have to melt anything in this particular thing, although later in this pack, or even I think maybe even later in this chapter, take a peek, peeking forward. Yes, the cobblestone melter, we'll be able to produce lava, and then we'll automate this more fully. All right, so this was our mechanism to get the different molds, so we can get the block mold, which will allow us create by melting charcoal in this thing. We're able to make coal. So it takes charcoal, turns it into liquid coal, and then lets us create coal out of it. And we did gears, we did nuggets, we did a block mold, which and then we can do regular coal. So you see that in here, regular coal. And that's going to be needed when we go further. But before we got further in this chapter, this got us down into the miners. And the miners are critical for our production, our automated production. And that's what this is over here. So the way miners work is you build the miner block, which was pretty inexpensive to make. And it can mine up to 6 different types of materials. You make these wooden scaffolds and you put them in this very specific pattern with it's like a 5x5 with the setup just like this. And then you fill it with 36 of a material that it's able to mine. And so we have cobblestone, clay, gravel, sand, stone, and grout. Grout being what we needed to make those black bricks. And so when I built this platform, I forgot that that's something I did between episodes. I built this platform out, and when I build a platform in modded Minecraft, I plan for cabling. So I actually have the same platform underneath. This is our original dirt patch where we started. And you can see here I have the cabling for the miners set up that let me to go right over here, and I've let it run AFK, and it's populated and filled these chests with these materials. So no longer do I need to cook to make stone, or no longer do I need to get clay, although I get lots of clay, to make grout. I get grout straight away from the miner. And these will be used as we progress through the pack. And then the last thing I did before signing off in my would have been my 3rd episode is I made the coke brick. And you do that by using the molds to get the materials you need and then make the brick out of them, and then using your engineer's hammer, create this opening. And then this can cook logs. And in the quest line here, it had a little tip. The cloche can create so many logs. A coke oven can smelt those logs into charcoal. And so you could use a certain number of cloches to keep up. They said 3, but if you put upgrades in these, you can, look at that, I'm overproducing because it had filled up with creosote oil. And so if you've ever used this, it's been around for a long time, this immersive engineering. So whenever you cook a log, it turns into a piece of charcoal, but it also produces a little bit of creosote oil. I have this automatically dumping the charcoal it produces down here into this chest. But I also went one step further, and I pipe out the creosote oil into a solidifier, which allowed me to put wood in here, which makes treated wood. Now I have a full chest of treated wood, which we're going to need to complete this this chapter. So that's what I've done. That's where I got to in 2 episodes. So for this episode, we're going to concentrate on finishing out this quest line and then taking a look at really the first real or the last kind of basic quest line that gets us to the first real material, which is basic technium. And you'll see here in our tech trees, basic, advanced, elite, and ultimate. Ultimate is where we're headed. So all of this basic stuff was to get us to basic technium. All right, so let's sleep real quick as the sun goes down, and then we'll grab the coal coke, which is our next quest. And I have some in here. And to make coal coke, we simply need to take charcoal, like is being created here, and swap out the logs for charcoal. And what we'll get is then coal coke into here. So I'm going to let that run a stack through there as we look at what we need to do next. All right, let's see here. So we got the coal coke, cobblestone melter. So a cobblestone melter will let us, if you set it up, it can melt cobblestone and create lava. And really, this is absolutely necessary to automate these solidifiers and these setups. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it takes to make one of those. So we'll need some black brick, a sturdy machine frame, and some coal coke. So we have the coal coke in our inventory. Do we have the black brick? We do not have the black brick in our inventory. Let's see if we have any black brick laying around. Look at that. did not have it ready. So we need to cook some black brick and then get the rest of that. So let me do that, and then we'll be right back. All right, so we're back. I've cooked up a little bit of black brick. I made enough here. Just as a reminder, black brick is made from grout. So the grout that my miner has been mining, I just stuck it in there, let it cook for a little bit, and then got some. All right, so to make our cobblestone melter, so let me go here, melter. We're going to need to make a sturdy machine frame. And then we have all the ingredients in our inventory. Here we go. So this is eventually going to be here because we're going to pump into this here. We're going to pump the lava because I think lava is going to be a more efficient way of doing this. Let me find my, let's see here. Here they are, fluid cables. So I'm going to stick a fluid cable on here. I'm going to stick the melter on top. There we go. We'll need to fill it cobblestone, but we'll need to get this out of here first. So we might as well cook up some charcoal to get that emptied out. And we're going to need some more gears. So I'm going to go ahead and put the gear mold in there so that we're producing some gears. All right, so that's going to run. While that's happening, let's look here. Okay, so now we're moving into some of the other unique things for immersive engineering. It's been a while since I've used this mod, and it's got some improvements. I don't recall an item router or an item batcher, so I may have to learn a little bit as we go. Treated wood is easy since I already have this thing making it. So let me just grab some out. All right, then let's take a look at pipe connector. Allows you to connect blocks together with pipes quickly. Okay, looks like it's just some string or some leafy string. Luckily, we have this here, and if I remember correctly, this turns directly into string. Or is it 3? It's 3 to string. Okay, so then we can make the... Oops, sorry, wrong thing. The pipe connector, so let's go pipe connector. All right. Craft that right up. Hold shift for more information. So I've never used this. Interesting. Chest guard. Utilize laid pipes. Pipe connector. Interesting. Let me just test this out. I'm curious if I do this. Must hold a valid pipe item in your offhand. All right. Let me find my pipes here. We'll put this in my offhand. Can't connect the pipe to the top of a block. Okay. Well, let's... All right, so maybe let's break this one. So if we did this and we took it someplace, let's say we take it to, well, let's take it to this side. What happens? It didn't place it. Interesting. It didn't place it. All right, well, I'm going to learn more about that particular tool. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and put this back. Good, that's cooking down that water. All right, that means we need to get our cobblestone over to this cobblestone melter. And so if we cut a hole right here, it tells us where we're coming to. This is our cobblestone chest. No, this is our cobblestone chest. Let's cut the spot underneath it. There we go. And then I think I need to make a few more of these pipes. And if I remember correctly, it's, let's try that and this. Nope. Let's just look for logistic. Transport. Transport. Let's see. I need brick. And I have brick. There we go. So let's go down below. All right, and we're going to connect to our chest. And let's see here. I want to get my configurator close by. So when I do this, I can undo that. 2, 3. And then we're headed way over there. So dot, 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 dot. up. And I wonder if we have to go in the top or maybe the side will work. All right, let me go, and using the configurator, we're going to tell this thing to start pulling the cobblestone. Ooh. Off of there. I forgot that's a facade. Oh, come on, really close. There we go. Here it comes. And now we can make some facade to cover those up. So you can see how this works. So I had some facade block already made. Let's see. Here's some three of them. I just need 2. So you just stick them in here with the block you want to make out of them. There we go. So now I can come over here and I can put this facade on there. And I can come over here and I can put the facade on there. And now you can't see the pipe. So it just kind of pretties it up a bit. So what's happening here? Okay, it's running. It's doing lava. Great. I'm waiting for this to still get rid of all its water. Throw a little bit more charcoal in there. All right, and then we're probably going to need a little bit more coke. There we go. All right, so we made this. I'm going to go ahead and click on this, collect my tech bucks. Item batcher. Let's see what this looks like. So chests and treated wood. Dump off my tech bucks. And let's see here. Oh, let's make some. Oh, I had black brick up there. That's fantastic. All right, so let's make some chests. Let's see. Item batcher. There it is. There it is. Put the facade blocks away. Starting to get a really bad inventory here. Let's see. Let's sleep real quick. All right, we're almost done with this chapter. It's been a long time coming, even though it's only officially now 2 videos to get there. All right, so we got the item batcher. Now we need the item router, which is right here. Item router. This is the one I'm going to want to play with. And then we have the fluid router. Okay, same thing but with mechanical pipes. So fluid router is mechanical pipes and treated wood. There we go. And then the logistical sorter. Logistical sorter. Ooh, we need an upgrade base. Ooh, we need multiple item routers. So we need to make 2 more item routers. So we'll take 1, 2. All right. And then we need an upgrade base, which I don't think I have any more of. So we'll need to make one. Upgrade base. Here we go. I think I have the stuff for that. Yep. All right. And then go to the logistical. There we go. All right. I should have everything I need to make it. There we go. And that completes our chapter. So I think the thing I'm most interested in is this item router. So I see it's got colors. Interesting. So I think I can I'm gonna have to look at these. I really think I can set this up in such a way where, can I change the colors? No. No. But then I wonder when I'm clicking on it, can I specify what goes through it? So let's test this out. Let's get some transporters. Let's put down a chest. Let's put down a chest. Let's put down a chest. And then we'll get these. And the way this would be set up is it's going to pull from here. It's going to pull from here. It's going to pull from here. And then I'll just throw, let's see, we'll just throw some smooth stone in there. It's going into there. And it's splitting. No, it's not splitting. It's not splitting exact, is it? 7. Yeah, it's pretty close. So that's splitting. Interesting. But I wonder if I can say, let's see, this is the green side, right? So green, I wonder if I can say it's only supposed to get cobble. Does that stop it? It does. Interesting. So I could feed a bunch of material into one of these and have it then specify where it's to go. All right. Interesting. Let's put this back here. I'm going to make sure maybe it's because it did offset that. So now if I set, what color is this? Red. So if I read red and green, or pink and green, whatever that color is, to cobble, and I put in the smooth stone, it doesn't go at all. Interesting. All right, that has lots and lots of possibilities, especially as we begin to try to move different things around the base to different places where it's needed. So such as I need coal in here to make this. I had one extra tank laying around. Sorry, let me go find it real quick. Oh no, it's in I put it in here. That's right. So one thing, one secret to getting rid of Creole out of here is to put them into tanks. If you put an empty tank in there, it'll fill into the tank and it'll let it continue to cook. All right, let's look at our quest book, because this is a quest pack, right? And now we can finally move into getting basic technium. So it looks like we have to create a rock washer. And rock washer can be used to find copper ore pieces inside cobblestone. Copper ore can also be turned into copper ore pieces. Okay, so looking through this, part of it is we're going to start washing cobblestone to find copper, using that copper to create gears, it looks like. Compactor to create leather, fake leather. And then the technium machine is going to be required to pump probably a lot of what we've been building, because technium is made up of, let's see here, yep, stone gears, black bricks, copper rods, flint, treated planks. Yeah, the fake leather can work, mini coal. So I have not really fully automated all of this. I need to stop and think. How do I automate stone gears? Let's think about this. So stone gears are smooth stone, which I'm producing. Oh, no, I'm not. I need to pipe these into a blast furnace. So let me think here. Stone gear. Ooh, a solidifier. A solidifier with molten stone. Ah, okay. So, yes, so I'm going to have a few of these solidifier setups. It's like, so I'm going to have to think about maybe multiple cobblestone generators, or using a single one to get what it needs. But this is interesting. How is my cobblestone doing? Yeah, it's keeping up for the most part. And if I have to, I can build more miners that make the same product, right? Just put them next to it and pump it into here. The rock washers, I think I'm going to put on this one of these platforms over here. Expand our base. So let's think about this. So I need to automate stone gears. I don't want to go over here because this is prime for miner expansion if I need it. So it's really in this space over here, and it makes sense if I can put it somewhere close to this, and I'll just bum off of this, as long as it can keep up with 2 solidifiers. This one is kind of my my purpose solidifier. I don't need. So I can go back to my gem mold here instead of the gear, because I've got enough gears. So I will need another solidifier, and similar to what I did here, except I'm going to need also the tank, and I'm also going to need the simple the controller, because I need to be able to cook it. So let's see here. Let's get those black All right, and let's put away these sorters, which I think will come in handy for what we're getting ready to do. Get my smooth stone back in the inventory. I'll come back to you in a minute. All right, so simple. Okay, so I need a simple tank. I need a simple controller or solidifier. Oop, I need more black brick. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need a simple solidifier. And I need a simple controller. So I need 4 black brick. 2, 3, 4. Controller. Bob's your uncle. All right. So let's think about it. Let's think about it. How would we set this up? So you'll notice here how I'm piping in various things. We're going to need to pipe over stone. Stone's going to go into the solidifier, or into the controller rather, into the controller. I probably could just put this straight on the ground because I could pipe it. Although I like what I did here for the outputs. Yeah, I like the outputs to be at this level. So let's put down a double chest that will signify the outputs. I can use mechanical pipes now, although the hoppers are inexpensive, so I guess there's no reason not to use a hopper. So let's see here if it's in this spot here. That's the solidifier. So let me get the solidifier. Solidifier goes here. Controller goes here. And the tank goes here. I'm going to reconsider how I have this set up. Now that that's gone, I should be able to do this. Can I put any upgrades in this? I cannot. So I'm really going to have to make another one. Yeah. Cobblestone melter. How did we make that again? Melter. So 6 more black bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A simple. I need the coal gears. So a simple sturdy frame, or not a simple frame, a sturdy frame. There we go. All right. And if I put this right here, then it should start getting cobblestone. Here it comes. Oh. This is where an item router is going to be important. Yeah, see, it's not, it's all going over there. Oh, until it's full. Okay. Yeah. All right. It may not be a problem. I'll put an item router there if I need to. In the meantime, let's do this. This and this. So we got some lava in there. So now we need to get the stone right here. And we're going to need a gear mold. Which we made originally black stone. Let me think. Gear. Let me look at the gear mold. It's been a while. We only had to make one gear mold. Yeah, we just put a gear inside of the black stone. So let's do this. Some black stone. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So we'll put the gear mold inside of the solidifier. There. We can put down some logistical pipe here. There we go. And now we need to go get some stone. So let's see where our stone is. Oop, can't see from the top. I think it's over a little bit further to the left. Grout. There we go, stone. So let's break the block. And after we finish this, we're going to call it. So let's get this hooked up, get some automation on our stone gears. Okay. Oops. Go around this one, I think. I don't want to mess with how they touch. Do that right here. Okay. All right, let's set this up to go. There we go. Here goes stone. Let's see if this works. And I can clean it up with facades after that, well, between episodes. So I've got some lava coming in. Let's see what happens when the stone gets here. Come on, stone. You know you want it. Let's go, let's go. There it comes. Goes in. It's cooking. Got enough lava to do some. And let's see what happens when it gets to the solidifier. All right. We got molten stone. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, give me my first gear. There it is. All right, so we have stone production, or stone gear production. So we're making a little bit of a mess of the base here. You can see by my atom router set up here in the middle. I'll get rid of that and move it around now that I understand how it works. You know, we got the solidifiers going over there. We really just kind of recapped what we had gotten done and then finished out our chapter to move into basic technium. But now we're really, once we get basic technium, it's going to require us to automate all the stuff. So that's where we're focused on the next episode. If anything we're not already automating that we need for that we can produce, we're going to automate just like we did the stone gear. Otherwise, we're going to move through that chapter to get the copper so that we can have it for our craft. So all this to say, thank you, my fellow geeks and citizens, for joining me today. Sorry for the snafu with our episode audio, but don't worry, now going forward, that is something that will be checked. So thank you and goodbye.